Hey there, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hadn't checked in with you for a while. Figured I'd check in with you today on the old commute. Commute home tonight. Got a little bit of a drive, but not terrible. So, got the Country Gentleman back out. These Forever Stems, man. If you guys and gals out there smoke cobs, man, get you a Forever Stem or two from Vermont Freehand. These things are freaking awesome. They just enhance the cob smoking all the more. Really like it. If anybody knows any other places to get them, or if anybody makes them that I don't know about, let me know, because I enjoy them. I'll support you. And it got some crusty 1Q. But I tell you what, as I get more and more into my smoking journey, I almost prefer my tobacco, well, without question, drier than moist. But I almost prefer it a little crunchy, a little dry. Not crunchy, but dry, right? I think I get more flavor out of it, and it burns better, in my opinion. Gotta make sure I'm in the right lane here. Raleigh traffic's a little crazy at rush hour. So, got moved into the old room. So I think I told everybody kind of the philosophy behind the room. I could make this drive every day. It would be a nightmare. But, you know, in logistics, some days are 12, 13, 14 hours. If I have a big day, making that 70-mile drive would be wicked. Especially turning around, getting 5 hours sleep and coming back. With 425 gas and an F-250, enhances the wickedness. Now, yeah, I could get another car, but, you know, even with a small car payment, if, you know, say it was a 200, 250 car payment, a small car payment, you're still putting gas in that car. So between the car payment, the insurance, and the gas I would put in that car, might as well put the gas in the truck. It kind of comes out to the same, and then I don't have an extra payment. I don't know. I'll re-crunch the numbers, but it seems to be, since I don't drive home every night, it seems to make sense. But the rental room is okay. Yeah, I call it the shithole. It's not the greatest. It's not in a bad part of town, but it's just, you know, it's just older and just tore up a little bit. You know, I complained to them because, you know, I came in, the first thing I seen was a dirty sink full of dishes. Now, I don't use the common areas, nor will I ever use the common areas. I've got my bed, my little computer desk, my TV, just bought a little refrigerator. I'm not going to use any of the common areas ever, and I'm not there to hang out. So literally I'm there to go in and do my schoolwork, which is getting back to the point. The real reason, besides the drive, is the schoolwork. Even getting out on a normal night like tonight, it's well over an hour drive home, hour and 20 minutes, right? So if I do that, and I get home at 8 o'clock, it's telling me 7:40 right now. You know, that doesn't leave me any time to spend with Mrs. Buckeye and the dogs if I was doing homework. And who wants to drive home right after work and do homework? So while I'm in my MBA program, you know, the room makes sense. Now, once I'm out of the MBA program, then we can kind of look at it. Then it may be worth it just to have a small suitcase, and if something goes wrong, then that's a night I pop into a hotel and, you know, do that once a week as opposed to, you know, 3 or 4 times a week. Might be a better strategy. But, you know, it's okay. You know, the room reeked of marijuana. It was nasty. I got that all sprayed out and cleaned up the room. It's not the Ritz-Carlton, but I've lived in worse, especially from my Navy days. I've lived in a lot worse. Never forget, I'll tell you a quick story. My first apartment was on West Ocean View Avenue in Norfolk, Virginia. And if you're not familiar with West Ocean View Avenue, it's not really an avenue or a road you'd really want to live on. And never forget it. Me and one of the guys from my squadron, we just wanted out of the barracks so bad, and they weren't going to give us a BAQ, basic allowance for quarters, so we were going to have to pay out of pocket. So we found this apartment and we split it. It was a 1-bedroom. So I know that sounds a little weird, but we rotated, a couple months at a time. Somebody would have, the closets were there. We both had our own closets, but somebody would have the bedroom and put their sheets on the bed and have the bed, because it was a furnished apartment too, which was weird. $250 a month, man, for a furnished apartment on West Ocean View Avenue, 813 West Ocean View Avenue, apartment 5. Never forget it. And the other person would sleep on the couch, or what we actually did was it was a convertible couch or a pull-out couch. What we actually did was just took the mattress out, put the mattress on the floor, and so whoever had the living room for those month or two, had to
in 1 mile, turn right.
I don't know if I'd sign up for that living arrangement today, but I tell you, when you're 19, 20 years old, 21 years old, somewhere in that ballpark I would have been. This would have been a 93 to 94. So I'd have been 21, 22. It beat the hell out of living in the barracks. Truly did. So, splitting the rent 1 1/4 a piece. And it was a shithole too. Trust and believe that. A much bigger shithole than the room I'm staying in. But I was telling Mrs.
In a quarter
Buckeye,
of a mile, turn right.
I lit into these people because they sent me this email and said, "Hey, here is your key, your code to get in the door, right? Here's your code there's a community drawer in there, and it'll have a bag with your bedroom number, and you'll put your first 3 digits of your code that you got in the door with, and that'll open up your community bag. You'll be able to get your keys and everything else." So I get there,
turn right,
and I just had this gut feeling all day. So I left work a little early just to set up the room. My boss was cool with it. So I had this gut feeling, right? So I get there, and sure enough, that damn code doesn't work. So I am just blowing up at these people, right? And there's really no number to call. You could text their unmonitored line and they'd get back to you, or you can email them. There's no customer service. This is a company that runs these rentals. After about 45 minutes of me standing out there being pissed because I had to go to the bathroom and everything else, they finally said, "We'll try this code." And sure enough, that code worked. So what tells me is that's one of the other roommates' codes, or the old person that lived there before me's code, and they never changed it like they said they would. So get in the room. Like I said, it kind of reeked of marijuana and kind of stale. Got that fixed. Had some cleaning issues, so I Lysoled the hell out of everything. Cleaned everything. And got everything done. So then I looked to get on the Wi-Fi, because part of the deal with the room and part of what makes it sweeter and why I didn't get an apartment is because it's all one price for the room and for the Wi-Fi and the internet, or the internet is the Wi-Fi, the electric, the gas, everything. There's no extra bills. It's all, it's almost like an apartment, really, or a hotel. Sorry, but anyhow, it's I tear their ass up, right? I said, how are you going to make this right? So they come back with this proposal and say, hey, this, maybe we'll let you move out of this room. We'll give you 2 weeks to find a different one. We'll transfer all your fees and deposits and everything else if you want to move. Well, I've just spent, an hour moving all my shit in. I really don't want to move it right back out, right? So they're like, here's a link of something you might like. Pull open the link. That room, beautiful, $1,400 a month. That's more than, Mrs. Buckeye and I have a fantastic mortgage on our house with a great interest rate and some money down and a VA loan. That's more than I pay for our mortgage on our house. I'm not going to pay you $1,400 to live in a room. You're out of your damn mind. So I think I'm going to stay in the shithole. And here's why I say that. I haven't seen the roommates yet. I hear one that comes in maybe about midnight, so he's working the night shift. I never hear the other ones. They're doing whatever they do. So it's actually a pretty sweet situation because nobody's around. Now, the freaky part, this may freak some of you out, but me being the old Navy guy, I don't give a shit, right? I've never met them. I really don't know who they are. So I don't know who in this apartment. Now, all the rooms have locks on them, like not key locks like hotels, but they're keyed. Not electronic locks is what I'm trying to say, but they're all keyed locks. They're all locked. So they definitely all lock with a substantial lock. So I don't worry about that. Now, I know who my roommates are. I have their pictures, and I know their ages, and I know their phone numbers, and I know their email address, and I know what they do, and all that stuff. But anyhow, so the other thing that was crazy, I get in there and I'm reading the email to sign onto the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi they tell me is that would be there is not there. That IP address or whatever doesn't exist. That router, whatever. So I had to get on them again and say, hey, what the hell are you doing? What's my Wi-Fi? What's the name of the router, and what's the name of what's the password? Because what you told me is not here. Well, check with your roommates. I blew up on him. I said, what in the hell do I pay you for? I said, you check with those roommates. I said, I haven't even seen them yet. I said, you did. And I had emailed them before I moved in and introduced myself and everything. Nobody responded, so whatever. Don't really care. It's just, old Buckeye's not somebody you want to kind of tussle with, so, let's just say if somebody tried to get in the room, it'd be a very bad day for them. We'll just leave it at that. You can draw your own conclusion. That's why I don't worry about it, because I know what I have and can do. So if you come a knocking, trying to get in and do something stupid, then it's going to be a problem. But that's where I'm at. That's my slogan. It is a shithole, but it is much better than living in 813 West Ocean Avenue, apartment 5. I can promise you that. Now, I would love to spend $250 for a one-bedroom apartment. I miss those days. Even for a crap hole, that was a good deal back then in 93, 94. So I miss those days, man. I honestly can't complain about the roommates. Like I said, one comes home and I hear him cooking dinner and stuff, but he's not overly loud. It doesn't bother me. Don't care. He keeps to himself. I keep to myself. The other two keep to themselves. We don't see each other. It's actually a perfect situation, kind of, in a way. That's kind of why I'm not in a rush to rush out and pay a whole lot more money for something that's nicer. Yeah, it'd be nicer, but like I told Mrs. Buckeye, I'm only staying up here somewhere between 2 and 4 nights a week, depending on the weeks, right? Once things get stabilized and I work shorter hours and I'm out of my MBA, I probably won't even stay up here at all. But as I'm building a new culture and spending time at work and working some extra hours and some night shifts, it really has been nice. And I'm not going to lie, it's nice tonight when I travel home to not be lugging suitcases back and forth and, you know, things of that nature. And it'll be nice. I've got clothes hung up there, got a closet, everything I need. Just nice. It's just a shithole. But it's a safe shithole, so what do you do? Anyhow, man, if you watch this video for 16 minutes of me ranting and raving about living conditions, thank you. Little update on the RV. Got to probably get down there Saturday to see if the fixes have been fixed. I haven't been down there. I'm guilty. Been a little busy. Maybe I'll talk Mrs. Buckeye into riding down there on Saturday just to we probably won't stay, but just to see, because it's supposed to be 80% chance of rain, but just to see if the repairs are made. MBA project rocked and rolled A. Running an A in this class, so still got the 4.0 intact. Very proud of that. And loving the new job. I mean, it's a rebuild from ground up, but this is kind of what I love to do because I get to teach. I get to teach, train, and develop. And that's my favorite part of the job. Really, the only reason I stay in logistics is for that reason, is I get to teach, train, and develop. So anyhow, folks, that's what's going on here in old North Kakalaki. Things are good. Things are good. You know, Mrs. Buckeye and her work is really struggling to find people. They hire somebody and end up having to lose them or terminate them within a week or two. Just nobody wants to work. Hell, I can't get people to work. You know, I'm on a rant, so I might as well rant one more time. Then I'll let you go. I had to chew out my new associates today. And chew out's not the right word because I do it professionally. I don't yell and scream. But I said, guys, we have an attendance and a punctuality policy. And I said, I will always respect. You will have my utmost respect. I will respect you in everything that you do. I've got your back. But respect is a two-way street. And you have to show respect back to the organization if the organization is going to respect you. And you do that by coming to work on time and coming to work on the days you're scheduled and having a great attitude. These jokers, this is day 4. They haven't even worked here a week. And 2 of them were 20 minutes late today. I wish I might. My old boss said, I wish I might. Now, back when I worked for the Evil Empire, yeah, you'd have been done. You wouldn't have made it out of your first week. That'd have been a wrap. But that's part of, if you're not, no matter what industry you're in, that's part of the challenges that COVID has given everybody, right? And hell, I was guilty of this too, my last job, is we were so thankful that you came to work 10 minutes late. Nobody held you accountable. Well, that is morphed now that we're coming out of the pandemic, or the pandemic's calming down at least. That has morphed into the culture that I've seen up here that I will fix within the next week. Trust and believe that. But the culture of coming and going as I want, taking breaks when I want, not showing up when I'm scheduled for work, yeah, that's not going to work. So, you know, we're in a position now where we can hire people, so You know, if that's going to be how you operate, then you probably aren't going to be with us very long. And it's just the way it is. So, anyhow, man, you guys got me talking. It's nice talking to you. I like the challenge, man. I like the challenge. And this 1Q's fairly good. So, anyhow, take care of yourselves. You'll hear me rant and rave. I might do one tomorrow, too. You know, I just like to hear myself talk sometimes. But if you watch this all the way through, man, you know, I appreciate you. Thank you. And let me know. Man, I would love to hear your stories of roommates or shitholes that you've lived in, or bad apartments, first apartments. That would be awesome to hear, you know, if you have a similar story. So if you do, drop it below deck, do a VR, have some fun with it, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great night, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Wash your damn hands. We'll see you next time. Take care, folks.